They have with the rebalancing, they have found a special place in ARK. You can still pick clearly. What is going on again, Nerf Raiders? Thank you guys so much for coming back to hang out with us today. We're playing some more ARK Survival Evolved, and we're over here on the island server once again, messing around with some of the flyers, testing out some of the new changes that have just come in for a more rebalanced version of our flyer creatures that ARK has just patched. Now, this was met with a ton of controversy. When the patch 256 came out, there was a huge nerf to flyers. Base move speed, stamina cut in half, I mean, the list goes on and on. You still can't level up the move speed on your flyer dinos, but the base move speed is slightly faster than what we're used to. So I feel like it's going to be kind of a good thing. The original patch met with a lot of controversy. A lot of people were upset. But I feel like ARK is really trying to do its best to balance things out, and they majorly overcorrected, and now they're trying to like dial it back and balance things out, which is good. They're listening to the community. It's fantastic. I'm happy about it. I'm joined with the Notorious Sixers. What's going on, buddy?
What's up?
We are going to be testing out some of the flyer stuff today. Shake our head. Okay, so apparently flyers now have ground-based attacks, so they can attack while landed now. Well, that's pretty cool. That is something I've wanted for a while, and I'm really glad that this is in. How do you feel about the speed changes? I'm feeling better.
I like it. My pterodon actually moves now.
Yeah, I'm feeling much better. I don't mind that you can't level the move speed. I just like that they're slightly faster. And the only thing that I want to remain a thing and not get nerfed into oblivion is this: the imprinting. If you spend the time to imprint the dino, I feel like you should have like the bonus move speed, and I hope that's not something that goes away. I hope that remains. Now, Quetzals, they're supposed to be the Brontos of the sky, and I think ARK has even been quoted saying something like that. They're supposed to be slow, huge weight capacity, huge stamina capacity, and relatively high health. That I feel like that's good. You know, that each flying dino is going to fit a small niche where if you pretty much had a Quetzal before this, you were king of the skies. Now everything's got a different role. The Wyverns are going to be like the Rex or the Giga of the sky, which I kind of like. They're powerhouses, pretty decent health, moderately low stamina, which is it's good. It makes up for the breath spam craziness. Can't level the move speed again. That's probably a pretty good thing, because move speed on a Wyvern, if you go too fast, just forget about it. Your turning radius is blown all to crap. Melee damage, the weight capacity on the lower end. Cool. I'm liking it. The big hot button issues, though, in my opinion, it's going to be the Pteranodons and the RGs and the Tepaharas. Do you agree, Sixers? Mostly the Pteranodons and RGs.
Well, I mean, they're just gonna benefit. I mean, they're not gonna be as OP as they were because they still lose more stamina.
Right. I'm not so. I wasn't super negative about the nerf in the first place. Like, yeah, it was a big change. Yeah, it hit pretty hard, but it's a new learning curve. Yeah, they're balancing flyer creatures to be kind of like how land creatures are. I mean, if you got a Quetzal, you were like king of the sky. If you got a Giga, you were definitely still not king of the ground. There was still a bunch left to be done. Every other land dino had basically a specific purpose. Now they're kind of reinforcing that with the sky dinos. I'm okay with that. RGs, now their little niche or corner of the flyer market is going to be slightly tankier, and they have some melee damage, but they're slower. Right? Am I getting that one right, Six? I think I'm getting that right.
Yes.
Okay. So they could be an answer to some like air style combat. Maybe not necessarily fast enough to catch a wyvern and do some damage to it, but they could battle Quetzals in the sky. Like, they could probably take down some Quetzals, and I'm liking some of the new sounds. Like,
I don't like the RG sounds. It sounds like a seagull.
Do you think so?
Yeah, the RG sound like a seagull, 100%.
I guess it kind of does, maybe a little bit. I'm like making the sound right now. I guess it kind of sounds a little seagullish. But now I feel like RGs are going to be more widely used instead of just sacrificed for Pteranodons. Now Pteranodons. Oh, I got screen freeze. There we go. There we go. Pteranodons are back to being like scout only dinos. You gonna let me out tech gate? There we go. Oh god, I got stuck in the tech gate. It closed on me. So as you can see, they're much faster. This one's not even imprinted to me. This is imprinted to Rex. This is much faster than it was at just base speed, and I'm not imprinted to it. It was pretty darn slow after the patch. With this, the movement speed, I think it was bumped up by like 0.5% or something along those lines. Roughly. I think. I don't quote me on the numbers. I'm not 100% sure on the numbers, but bottom line is Pteranodons are faster, but the catch is their health is now abysmal. Their health and stamina are absolutely abysmal, which is probably a good thing. They were called Troll Ranodons for a reason, and this is really trying to balance that out. So, oh, I got screen freeze again, but it's the loading area for Herbivore Island. Okay, there we go. So there's a one barrel roll. Look at my stamina, just like plummeted, absolutely plummeted. I'm gonna put a point in stam. Okay, your stam gain on a Pteranodon is junk now, absolute junk. So
And our rates are turned up as well, so that's not even base.
The rates on this server are turned up, so we get more than you would on average just for this season, for this season that we're on. Now, is it me or is it taking a while for this thing to regen stam?
It
there it goes.
loses
There it goes.
stamina 5% faster, but regens 3% faster, and when you land, it takes a few seconds for it to start regenning.
That's what it was. It took a couple of seconds for it to kick in, and then boom, right away, it was all back. But Pteranodons, like my stam is really going down. Let's barrel roll once. It's rough. It's rough. And there's a cooldown. It's the zoning in for the base. There's a cooldown on the barrel roll. Is it 3 or 5 seconds? Let's test it. Okay, 1,000, 2 1,000, 3 1,000, 4 1,000, 5 1. It's 5 seconds. 5-second cooldown for Pteranodons, and I'm already out of stam. I gotta land. But I think this is pretty darn interesting. Now, there's been a lot of controversy about this, especially in my videos, but force feeding. There's a cooldown on force feeding now. It is completely eliminated. Not only can you not use an auto clicker anymore because you have to have you use E now to force feed, but there's a 0.2 or 0.3 second cooldown on feeding dinos. So force feeding is now completely eliminated. That meta can no longer be used in raiding. It's probably for the best. That could have been and has definitely been very easily abused in the past. So it's nice to see that that's kind of changing as well. The flyer nerf was not well received by the community, but they are doing things to make it better, and I'm liking a lot of the changes. Each dino has a specific purpose now. Let's find our Tappy and check out that one. And then we'll move on to talking about something else in the patch, which I'm extremely excited about. We'll save the best for last. If I can manage to get away from our sea of turtles. Everything's very discombobulated over here. Sixers, buddy? Where is our Tappy?
Up on the ridge.
Up on the rooftop? Okay.
Yeah, on the ridge, yeah. Here, I'm bringing them down for you.
Oh, you're the best. Oh, you're so the best. Alright, are you going to hop on here with me?
Yeah, I'll go.
Get on here with me. Let's go Tappying it up. Okay, so Tappies, same thing. They're slower than Pteranodons. Let's see, the weight capacity, it's better. More scouty. The stam on these guys are much, much better than Pteranodons. I got butt screen freeze again. Okay. So, they're meant for probably like mass transport and maneuverability. Because you can land and grapple to things and be all like cheeky cool and grapple onto the wall. Their mobility is awesome. Tabaharas have quickly become one of my favorite sky dinos. Pretty much replacing Pteranodons. I don't know, how do you feel about that, Six?
Nothing replaces my pterodon.
This thing does, especially
No,
now.
nothing at
oh,
all.
oh,
My
nothing.
pterodon's my baby.
I thought you said this thing replaces it. I'm sorry.
No.
Especially now, for me, Tapaharas are going to replace Pteranodons. I am much more a fan of Tapaharas. They're just... they have, with the rebalancing, they have found a special place in ARK. You can still pick, clearly. You can still pick, but it's not going to be Troll Ranodon game all the time, every day.
All stamina.
Yeah.
Nothing but stamina.
Yeah, basically that's what it's going to have to be. Like when you level a Giga, you level nothing but melee. When you level a Pteranodon, you're going to have to put points in weight, stamina. Pumping health is going to be almost pointless because your 1 to 2 turret blasts are going to take the thing down, regardless of how much you pump into it. It's going to be a weight and stam game for scouting purposes only. I feel like and I feel like that's a very good balance because Pteranodons, being one of the easiest dinos to tame, could have effectively one of the most powerful dinos in the game. Barrel roll spamming, you could take out wires, bring down turrets. It was, like I said this before, it was Troll Ranodon for a reason. But moving right along, we're going to talk about something cool with the patch, and that are some changes to dinos that we don't even have because they've been more or less outclassed by other dinos. Now they're back in the mix. I'm super excited about this. Mammoths. We haven't tamed mammoths in forever because why? We had no reason to. Mammoths are now back in the game. Beavers no longer replace mammoths. So, beaver... Where's our beef? There he is. There's Beefa. So, beavers have this special ability, like in their inventory, they reduce the weight of wood and stone and things of that nature. They now reduce it by 50%. Mammoths reduce the overall weight of wood by a whopping 75% now. They have just became the new king, have re-become the new king for harvesting wood. They are now the best thing to harvest wood on. 75% weight reduction, you can harvest 4 flippin' days. It gets better. Doeds. Doeds are now the kings of stone. 75% weight reduction on stone in a Doed's inventory. We have 3,000 on here. It's since we have stack mod. 211 weight versus 846 weight. Monstrosity. Absolute monstrosity. I am blown away by this. I love it. Absolutely love it. We've got one more. Let's get up to it. Now, that thing we were talking about is the Anki. Oh, pow! With a 70... Oh, I'm off. Oh, no, I'm not off. Yay! Okay. Now, with a 75% weight reduction to raw metal, the Anki is... It was already awesome. Now it's even more awesome. And I think with this 75% reduction... Let's check this out. Okay, this guy's got a total of 280 weight. Let's pop off and check the Quetzal. They had patched it to where the Quetzals absorb 100% of the weight of the dino. But now, the dino that it's carrying, but now that Ankis have a 75% reduction in raw metal weight, I believe, yeah, I believe that 383 is the total that it's taking.
Here, this is how we test it. So I'll take the metal off the Yankee.
Okay.
And I'll stick it in the Quetzal inventory.
Oh, yeah, okay. Oh, yeah, good idea. You're a rocket scientist. I was just gonna, like, walk back
And
and
there's
forth.
his weight.
So so there you go. And there you go. So I think they've passively reinstated the glitch of the Quetzal carry weight for Ankis only, for Anki farming only. I like it. You could farm with Ankis again on Quetzals relatively unhindered. However, I feel like at this stage in the game, with the boost that Ankis have gotten with the weight, I feel like speed/weight Ankis, speed Ankis are going to be making a comeback. I used to love farming on speed weight Ankis because it's just fun. It's just funny. Like, dig, 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 whack, dig, 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 dig. It's just fun. So I think they might be making a comeback. This might be, while still a very good method, might be more or less potentially obsolete, depending on the level of your Anki. Let me get back on you, Anki. I'm on him. Okay. Wow. So depending on the level of your Anki, did I harvest? Did I get metal on that one? That's my inventory, like a pleb. Aha, yes I did, okay. Now, depending on the level of your Anki, you're going to need to level 3 things: weight, melee, and speed. If you find something that's relatively, like, decent, get a high level tame, then I feel like it could be pretty good. You might not need to use the Quetzal method. If you don't, the weaker the Anki, maybe the more reason to use the Quetzal method. I'm not really 100% on it. It'll take some tinkering around with, but theoretically, in my brain, the way things work, it seems to be a more viable method now than it ever was before. Well, guys, this is pretty much going to take care of our coverage on patch 256. Do you have anything else to add? The update part of 256, the rebalancing, the unnerferating. Do you have anything to add, Sixers? Did we miss anything? I think we got everything. I think we got everything.
Well, I guess for the only other fact that we could add in is now beavers and the thorny dragon.
Yes.
Now adjust to 50% reduction for resource weight.
Oh, I think I covered that. Yeah, but beavers do 50%, and so do thorny dragons because they're scorched beavers. Scorched beavers. I'm liking it. I really want to run around on a a move speed Anki with weight again. I like farming like that. It's amusing to me. While using the Quetzal was a faster method previously, now I'm kind of more excited to do some ground-based farming again. It seems more reminiscent of early ARK, especially in the days where Quetzals weren't even in. It's, to me, I don't mind these changes. I try to remain as positive as possible with these changes. And this is, before we wrap up the video, I'm just going to lay some Nerd Parade motto stuff on you. I don't mind the changes as much because I feel like ARK is a constantly evolving organism anyway, in and of itself. And they're always trying to make the game better. I don't feel like the devs have any interest in killing their own game. I feel like they're always trying to make the game better and more balanced. So with every change comes a new way to... Not a new way, a new potential to figure out the best way to do something. And that, to me, is kind of fun. But I like that. I hope you guys liked this video, and I hope you enjoyed the update. You're just landing and using the new melee attack on this Carno, and you're going to get him. I love it. I hope you liked this video, guys. Hit that thumbs up button. Let us know that you like this stuff. I'm pretty excited to see ARK continuing to constantly evolve. It's one of my favorite things about ARK as a game. The constant evolving. The constant survival evolving. Alright, Nerd Paraders, if you like this video, subscribe to the page for it so you don't miss any of the new and upcoming and awesome Nerd Parade videos in the future. And please remember to take care of yourselves and stay awesome. We'll catch you in the next one. Later.